Building financial freedom. Steps to take control of your finances. Number 1, breaking free from the 9 to 5 grind. All right. In order to break free from the 9 to 5 grind, what you have to have is a nice cushion of savings, number 1. And then number 2, you want to have some type of business, some type of income coming in from a different source that you can control. All right. So breaking free from a 9 to 5 grind is not necessarily you quitting your job. It could be you actually doing Lyft or Uber. It could be you doing something that allows you to basically work when you want to work, because regardless of what you do, you're still going to have to put in work in order to receive income. You're going to have to give some type of service to generate an income to pay for your expenses. But the difference is when you have a 9 to 5 job, or a job that you have to go to because you don't have a business, you have less control of your time per se. All right. So think about it like this. If you're in sales, you can control how much you work. If you don't want to make any sales today, you don't have to go in today. If you don't want to go into your job today, you can get fired today. That's the difference. Either way, you still have to do the work required in order to get the outcome. However, when you leaving that 9 to 5 space and you're getting into that entrepreneurial space or that contractor space, you have the ability to create your own schedule per se. All right. Because if you in construction, you have a deadline. But I hope you understand what I'm saying. In order to get out of that rat race, you have to have some type of income, but it has to be something that you can do on your own time. My suggestion is Lyft and Uber. If you want to try Lyft and Uber, I'll go ahead and put a referral link below so you can check that out. Here in Georgia, I used to do it, and if I was really, really grinding, I can make $1,000 a week. And nowadays, that's a pretty good income. And all I'm doing is driving my car. And then on top of that, I have a hybrid. So I would really save on gas. I would make sure that I'm tracking all of my mileage, everything that I do for the vehicle, getting stuff inside for it to smell good and all of that, because all of that is a tax write-off because I'm 1099. A lot of people get into the game and they don't understand that side of the game. Well, there's a whole nother benefit outside of that. Just working for yourself, you also get the tax deductions. And you don't get that with a regular 9 to 5 job.
Somebody say, hey, what's your alarm clock? My passion. My dreams wake me up. I don't need no alarm clock.
Now, how does it feel to achieve such success?
I've never really viewed myself as particularly talented. I view myself as, slightly above average in talent. And where I excel is ridiculous, sickening work ethic.
Yo, it's your boy, Young Cash, giving a shout out to AcesBlackStar. You already know what it is. CEO, boss man, AC Music. We out here.
That's one thing. Next thing, saving versus investing. Where to focus. Saving versus investing. Where to focus. That's going to be predominantly on where you are mentally. All right. So mentally, if you don't know anything about investing, then you don't want to invest in anything, because you have to have some type of knowledge on investing first. You don't want to just jump out there and just start putting your money into stuff expecting some type of outcome. So you want to have some type of knowledge on what you're investing in, or you have a level of low and trust in someone that knows about investing. That way you don't have to have the information, and it's more or less stress-free because you're going to be investing money that's extra. You're not going to be investing your rent money or your mortgage money or your car note money trying to get a quick flip. No, we don't do that around here. You want to actually save up a nice amount and have realistic expectations of what you're going to get in return if you're investing. Now, if you're saving, you want to make sure that you have an idea of what you are saving for, because just saving your money is not going to allow you to be rich. There's something called inflation. And as you save money, even though you're not spending it, you're still losing it. Why? Because your money is becoming less and less value every day. And if you don't believe me, for those of my older audience that's on here, back in the day, we could go to the store and buy a Debbie cake. How much was that Debbie cake? 25 cents, right? How much is the Debbie cake now? $1? That same little Debbie cake is $1 now. We used to be able to get 4 of those for that same dollar that's being spent today. You might not notice because small increments that change over the years, but when it hits you hard because you realize like, man, these Debbie cakes used to be 25 cents. Now they're $1. That's why you're losing money if you're just saving it with no purpose at all. Now, I'm not telling you not to save money. I'm telling you to save it and have a purpose for it. That way, when you save the correct amount, you can go ahead and invest it into something. Start you a business, but don't start the business with the money that you saved. All right. The money that you saved, you want to use that money to scale your business. See, I want to jump into this because a lot of people get this one mixed up. In my opinion, and I'm just me. But tell me if this makes sense. Let me go get a loan. Let's just say $50,000. Let me go get $50,000 and try a business. How does that sound? It sounds like you are about to fail. Let me go get $50,000 because I don't have it and try a business. How does that even work? This is what I would do. This is what Dre would do. I would start a business with what I have. My job, income, or whatever. I'm putting money to the side. I'm missing out on the extracurriculum activities. Going out, drinking, smoking, going on dates, eating out fast food all the time. All the Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus. I'm canceling all of that because I need every single penny saved so that I can go ahead and invest in my business and get it started. All right. All businesses are going to start slow, especially if you are not familiar with the industry and you're learning. All right. This is what I would do. I would start the business with what I have. I would build it up. All right. I would build it till it's making some type of profit. It doesn't have to make a lot of money. I'm not looking for it to make a lot of money. I'm looking to create a system to make my business smooth. I don't want it to be stressful. I want it to just flow. Of course, there's some things that I'm going to have to do personally, but I'm a systematic type of guy. I want to be able to bring a manager in and they'll be able to run this effortlessly because I made it into a easy to duplicate system. All right. It's not about what works, ladies and gentlemen. It's about what's duplicatable. If I am the only one that can do this, it's not going to be that successful because the limitation is me. What if I want to go on vacation? My whole business has to stop because I'm the only one that can run it. No, I need to be able to duplicate myself. I need to be able to teach someone else how to do what I'm doing. Therefore, I can step away and generate income. You get what I'm saying? This is what I would do. As the money start to make a profit, not generate income. Generating income and profit is two different things. I could spend $1,000 and make $1,000. I just generated income. I could spend $500 and make $1,000. I just generated profit. All right. You know the difference between the two. Once I'm able to generate a profit, now it's all about scaling my business. What does that mean, DeAndre? Now I want to go get that $50,000 because I know personally I don't have $50,000 to just get and try something. If I don't have $50,000 in the first place, how the heck am I going to pay the bank back if I make a mistake? Right? If I didn't have money in the first place, the banks want their $50,000 back plus interest. So if I didn't have the 50 in the first place, how the heck am I going to pay them back 50 plus interest? Doing the same thing that I'm doing now, working my regular 9-to-5 job. It's not going to work. All right. But once you have a system and you're producing a nice ROI or return on your investment, you say, hey, look, listen, not when I spend $1, I'm making 5 now. When I spend $1, I'm making 10 now. Now all I need to do is scale my business. Let me go get 50,000 so I can 10x that, so I can 5x that, and I can give the bank back their money. Now I'm ready to scale it. Many people go out here and they try to get loans and stuff like that to try a business or invest in a business, or they think this will work. So they just need the money and they can make it happen. No, if you couldn't make it happen without the money, you probably won't be able to make it happen with the money because you have no knowledge of how to run the business unless somebody else is passing the business down to you, but it should already be generating some type of income. Build your business on a small scale first. That way you can tell what your ROI is, all the moving pieces. You know what the potential is, the upside potential and the downside potential, and then go borrow the money. All right. But that number 2 was you say saving, what to focus on, saving or investing. It all depends on what state of mind you're at, where you are in your life right now. Are you at the point where you have enough saved and you're ready to invest? Or are you at I know someone that is doing really good, let me invest in them and they can give me a return on my investment, or whatever the case may be. Basically, I just broke it down. So you got to figure out which one you're at. What level are you at? Number 3, the dark side of debt, justifying or risky. All right. This basically plays into what we just spoke about. Something being risky to me is you just not being educated in that space. The more risky something is, the more uneducated you are, if that makes any sense. I don't believe that if you know a lot about what you're getting into, it won't be that risky because you know the ups and the downs. How could it be risky when you're knowledgeable about the thing? Now, I know there's a thin line. You can know about something and it still be risky because it's just doesn't make sense. These people that be hitting you up talking about, hey, if you Western Union me $100, I'll send you 1,000. Like, that's risky because I know of Western Union, but I ain't never heard of nobody saying that they'll turn 100 into 1,000. And if they can do that, then why do they need me? Have you ever thought about that? Why are you contacting me if you know how to turn 100 to 1,000? Why don't you just put your own 100 in there and turn into 1,000, and then put 1,000 times in there? And I mean, just keep on flipping your own money. Why do you even need me? It kills me. Oh, let's make some money together. Just send me $100. Send me $1,000. I'll turn it into 10,000 for you. Why do you need my money? Flip your own money. Yeah, there's a thin line when it comes to that type of stuff. Obviously, those aren't legit at all. So they're 100% risky, even though you are familiar with Western Union. You see them at all type of grocery stores. It's a legit business, but the other person on the other side of the phone or the messenger, they're not legit. You know, it's a thin line, ladies and gentlemen. And I would say the more knowledgeable about something, the less risky it is, because some people have the common sense to see if something is reasonable or not. At the end of the day, you have to think to yourself, like, man, am I giving myself a reasonable time to see this result? If you're not giving yourself a reasonable time, then it's risky because you might not be able to generate what you're expecting to generate in that amount of time because you didn't do the proper evaluation on that specific thing. It's touchy, but y'all get what I'm saying though. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference, but it's really about you, because I was able to put some money in the market and make 100% on my money in 6 months. To you, that might be risky, but what are you risking? All right. Everybody has a different level of risk because we all have a different amount of money or a different amount of time to invest into something. If you give me your last $100, it's going to be 100% risky for you. But if I'm a millionaire and I give you $100, that's not risky for me. I don't care if I lose the 100. It's really not risky at all. My risk is very, very low because of what I have. You ever let somebody borrow your last and expect to get it back? Here's a secret. Don't let someone borrow something you can't afford to lose. You won't go through those risk factors. If your auntie asks you for $100 and you really don't have it, or it's your last $100 and you can't lose that because you need that for your bills, don't give it to your auntie. Tough love. Hey, because it's risky in your case. You get what I'm saying? Number 4, passive income stream and the reliability of it. Passive income is possible. There is online Shopify stores that you can create. You can do affiliate marketing. There's a numerous amount of ways that you can make passive income. However, it's never going to be 100% passive. There's going to be some work required. Always. It might not be as much work as it would be for some, but it's still going to be work required. And here's the work. Let me break it down for you. I used to be in the affiliate marketing space. All right. I might make a video like this one time, and I can run an ad on Instagram and Facebook, and I can generate leads, and I can get them in my business, and I can make money. All right. But before I was able to spend money on ads, I had to just continue to make videos. The work required for me was me making the videos, and it was reliable. Why? Because I was in control. I was making the videos. Whenever I wanted to make some money, or at least plant some seeds is what I call it, I would make a video. I made videos every single day. When I stepped away from the making videos all the time and I was able to reach a broader audience with my money, I started to pay for ads. And those ads started to bring me in more exposure. And more exposure because I had a system, I was able to close more deals and therefore make more money. Was it reliable? Yes. However, everything has a time limit. You got to get it while it's good. You ever heard somebody say that? Get it while it's good. Because there's a time limit where things switch up and you're going to have to pivot. Not everything is going to work like this forever. After, I would say, a year of me doing that, it started to dry up a little bit. Companies started to ask questions. Facebook started to take my ads down. So I wasn't able to do it anymore. Was it reliable? Yes, before. Is it reliable now? No, not as much. Now, there's still people out here doing affiliate marketing. They still have an e-commerce store. It's still popping. However, if they have not pivoted as of yet, they will have to pivot sometime soon. Because as the world evolves, there's new products, there's new services that come out. Nobody's doing the old things. If you were selling VCRs back in the day, you can no longer sell a VCR now. You could maybe on eBay to somebody that's looking to collect VCRs. However, that's not how people are entertained anymore. Everything is streamed. Netflix, Disney, Hulu. You trying to sell a VCR to your average consumer, you're not going to make any sales. It's not reliable anymore. So everything has a time limit. All right. The thing that you're doing right now might be reliable. However, in the future, plan on pivoting. Always be learning, always be watching, always be evolving with what you're doing. All right. Get ahead of the curve because there's going to be a pivot and you want to make sure that you take advantage of that pivot right away. You don't want to be that guy stuck back in the day trying to do stuff that worked back in the day and it's not working anymore. All right. That was number 4. Number 5, financial education versus formal education. Formal education, I can tell you right now, I flunked twice in school. I don't use as much as my formal education in my business world or in my business life to generate an income as I do the financial education that I've learned from different multimillionaires. So I've learned how to manage my money from multimillionaires after I just stopped just saving. Like growing up, for me personally, I didn't have much. So every little bit that I had, I was trying to save. Anything that I wanted to do or learn how to do, I wanted to learn how to do it in order to save money. For example, instead of me paying somebody to cut my grass, I would go out there and learn how to cut my own grass so that I can save money. All right. I was a big time saver when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way into my 30s, just because where I'm from, we want to have money, but how I wanted to live, I know that I needed to save money because I wanted to do things that most individuals didn't do. And I know that most individuals didn't have money saved up. I had great examples of what not to do. And that's what kind of taught me what to do. All right. When I got into the larger scales, 6 figures and stuff like that, it was more about seeking outside education from multimillionaires on how to manage your money, where to put your money, different accounts that you should have, and all of that kind of stuff, and how to invest your money. All of that came from my financial education that I just seeked out for myself. I don't have a financial advisor or anything like that. I've just always been good with money personally because I'm very frugal. As people would say, I'm cheap, but that's fine with me because I have a bigger goal. I have a bigger picture. You might spend your money on things that you spend your money on because you feel like, hey, you deserve it. That's good for you. I'm a big sacrificer. I am going to sacrifice major because I see a bigger picture, and I wouldn't be able to get to that bigger picture without sacrificing, if that makes any sense. All right. Later on down this YouTube journey, I will definitely share some huge sacrifice that allowed me to not only make 6 figures, but save 6 figures. There's a lot of people out here that say they made 6 figures, which is cool. You can make 100,000 and spend 100,000. You're broke. But it's not a lot of individuals that can tell you that they saved 6 figures, which means they made more than 6 figures in order for them to have it saved, because they still got bills and stuff to pay. I was able to save. That's a different story. All right. My formal education, you have math, you have history. I really don't feel like I use as much. You have science. I don't feel like I use a lot of my formal education from school to succeed. Now, I'm sure that I probably use bits and pieces because everything kind of comes from school somehow, some way, whether it's just learning how to communicate with people. But I don't remember all the countries and all the states and stuff like that. That's not helping me in the world right now. We have so many tools and AIs and stuff like that that could speed up my learning curve when it comes to things that you expect me to know that I don't know. So I really don't worry about that kind of stuff. All right. So formal education, I don't rate that on my top list. Psychology of spending habits, that's kind of what we spoke on just a little bit. How you spend your money is on you personally. It's not financial advice. But if I was your money manager, I would probably see things that you're spending money on that you probably shouldn't spend money on according to what you want to accomplish. If you don't have anything that you really want to accomplish, you fine. Spend your money on whatever you want to spend it on. But what you say and what you do, it has to line up for me. You can't say that you're trying to save $10,000, but I see you at the club all the time, or you trying to take different females on trips all the time, or on dates all the time. What you're saying and what you're doing is not lining up. I would have to hit you in that area because that's where your money is being spent. That's not allowing you to make more money. You see what I'm saying? Depending on what you want to accomplish in life, that's going to determine what your saving, your spending, your investments should be. If you don't really have any financial goals that you're trying to reach, you're not trying to purchase anything, then your spending habits can be as free as you want them to be, because you have absolutely nothing that you want to purchase that you can't already purchase. However, if you have a number, what I call a new zero, back in the day, my zero, when I first got my job, I was 14 when I got my real job. But before that, I actually used to clean apartment complexes. And I was probably like 10, 11, 12. I was probably like 12. And he used to have me write down how many hours I was outside picking up trash and stuff like that, turn it into him, and he would pay me, whatever the case may be. But I created a new zero at a very young age. Zero is zero. Back in the day, zero was zero. Now you can blow way past zero and be negative $100,000. You can owe the IRS, the government, the everybody. You can owe everybody because everybody will let you borrow money. So you can now owe everybody. Back in the day, I ain't know nothing about that. So when I hit zero, I had zero. It was no going past zero. And then I started making money. I saved up my first 1,000. Then I made 1,000 my zero. What does that mean, Dre? That means that when I made $1,000, or if I had only $1,000 in my savings, I had nothing. That was my new zero. I was broke. And then 2,000, and then 5,000, and then 10,000, and then 50,000. When I have $50,000 in the bank, I am broke. Now it's 100,000. When I have $100,000 in the bank, I am broke. Create your new zero, and that's going to allow you to accomplish the financial things that you want to accomplish. Not necessarily buy what you want, but you're able to make the financial deposits that you want on your future, whether you want to start a business or invest or whatever. You're able to do that when you are able to create new zeros for yourself and your family. Your son has a new zero. I just passed that knowledge on to him because it helped me so much. All right. Delayed gratification for long-term gains. This is a big one. Delayed gratification for long-term gains. A lot of people aren't able to do what they need to do for a extended period of time without seeing results. And that is a problem when you are thinking long-term. If you're not able to do the thing that you need to do every single day without getting praised for it, you're not going to go very far. All right. You got to celebrate the small wins, but man, boy, oh boy, do you have a roller coaster to go on. If you are looking to start a business, if you are looking to accomplish anything worth accomplishing, you're going to have up and down battles. You're going to work consistently over and over and over again, and you're not going to see results. And then one day when you're ready to quit, you're going to start seeing some results. You have to trick your mind and say, man, it's not about accomplishing the overall thing. It's about the journey and who I'm becoming in the process to accomplishing this overall thing. And that is what keeps people on task. But if you are not able to continuously do something over and over and over without seeing results, you're going to have a very tough time, my friend, accomplishing big things. You can accomplish the little stuff all day, stuff that you can do today, set today, and accomplish today. That's cool. But nothing worth having is going to be able to be accomplished in a day. If you want to lose weight, it's going to take multiple days. If you want to build a house, it's going to take multiple days. If you want to build a software, it's going to take multiple days. If you want to build a video game, it's going to take multiple days. And if you aren't able to do that, you're going to either have to learn how to do it or you're done. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. Don't even start. It's not going to work. All right. Number 9, wealth gap. Personal choices versus systematic factors. Let's skip that one. Number 10, financial freedom versus fulfillment. Finding the balance. Financial freedom versus fulfillment. Finding the balance. All right. This is a tough one because some people are attached to the financial goal, and then that's what makes them fulfilled, but they're only fulfilled for a short amount of time because after they reach that financial goal, they want more, or they already have another goal. I struggle with this all the time. I come up with a goal, I hit the goal, I create another goal, but I don't lose track of the purpose I'm doing this. And the purpose that I do what I do is to become a better version of me. It's not just for the money. All right. I am unattached to the money, to the outcome. Of course, I need it. We all got bills to pay. However, it's not what runs my life. I take evaluations, daily evaluations of who I'm becoming, not just what I'm making. All right. I might make $1,000 in a day, but me making that $1,000, how did I do it? How did I think about doing it? And what did I become by doing it? I explained this to my son a long time ago. I asked him what kind of car he wanted, like when he grew up, when he turned 18 or whatever. He said he wanted a Lamborghini. I said, okay, cool. Who do you have to become in order to drive and own a Lamborghini? Because anybody could go purchase one that has the right amount of money.
Check it for an AC, and on the shoulder. Black Star, make a real, don't wanna hear show. So if you with it, AC, baby, go and do the most. Bring that over here, go and bend it over. Check it for an AC, and